OMT Online Dynasty, welcome back everybody. Our game of the week here for season 1, week 9, and boy did we have some tough choices on hand here. We had some phenomenal user games going on across the Dynasty this week, but we are going to be heading to Kalamazoo for Redux Karma and his Western Michigan Broncos taking on King Poppy Sosa and his James Madison Dukes. A big Conference USA clash. In a game both teams really need to come out firing and need to get a win on the board. The JMU coming in at 3-4 overall, but 1-1 in conference, and Western Michigan at 4-3 overall, but 0-2 in conference. And why these conference games matter so much. Every win can go a long way in helping you get some more NIL potentially next year, because if you haven't seen any of these before, this is our 32 user online dynasty. We got 4 custom conferences with 8 teams in each. Season 1 here being more of a placement season. All the conferences are regional, more geographically based. Starting next season, though, we are going to a conference realignment, some relegation getting put into play, where everyone who finishes first and second in their conferences here in year 1 will get moved to the Pac-12, the highest NIL conference we'll be using. 3rd and 4th will go to the Mountain West, 5th and 6th to Conference USA, 7th and 8th down to the Sun Belt. So every win matters to try to put yourself in the best situation going forward. So a big one here between these two teams. We will have quite a few halftime highlights of some of the other fantastic games that happened here throughout the season. Also, quick note, if you guys could do me just a gigantic favor and leave a like on this video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're making our final push to 500 subscribers here, so if you do either of those things, I would greatly appreciate it. So I think that's going to cover everything we've got to cover here at our main desk. We can go take a look at these two squads. We'll start with the home team, Redux Karma and his Western Michigan boys, led onto the field by Brock Lowry, 69 overall, 69 offense, 69 defense. I feel like we're seeing that number a whole heck of a lot here recently. Brock Lowry going to be the quarterback one. Got that pull down, mobile dead eye, 80 overall, 82 speed, 86 excel. So we could still see him get out, make some plays with his legs if needed. Western Michigan is going to be in the Michigan playbook, which does have a lot of design quarterback runs. It was very similar to Utah's from last season, but with a lot more Wildcat and Pistol Bunch, I think. A few other small differences in there, but I love the Michigan playbook, so I'm interested to see how Western Michigan is going to utilize that there. They will be in that 4-2-5 man pressure defense here as well. So Lowry going to be our quarterback one. Halfback, superstar, Jalen Buckley, 86 overall, 88 speed on a contact seeker with downhill and backlash. Very good halfback. Definitely expecting to see some more runs out of Western Michigan here. I think they're going to go as far as Jalen Buckley is going to be able to drag them kicking and screaming, especially when we look at that wide receiver room. Balin Brooks, 75 overall, only 85 speed. He is 6'1", which is nice. And we have a couple faster options on here too. D'Angelo Fletcher, 6'1", with that 90 speed and 91 speed on Cortland Barnett, 6'4". So some big boys. They grow them big up in Michigan. With that size, maybe they're going to work out as some good run blockers here for Buckley as well. Tight end wise, 75 speed, 6'4". Adam Parks. Take a quick look at their offensive line. We do have a quick step. Oh, we actually got a few abilities there on our left side of the line. I'm assuming, I haven't really watched the game. I haven't really seen much of Redux Karma in Western Michigan at all, but I'm guessing we put those abilities on the left side of our line for a reason. So we'll see when we actually get into the game here. Defensively, let's see. We do have a gold hammer on Darius Moss, going to be playing right edge. D tackles, just a bunch of workhorses, no surprise there. A very good looking Sam linebacker here though, 6'2" with a bronze knockout and 83 speed. Brendan Ains, very nice looking linebacker there. Not a ton for us at Mike, but then Dylan Moore, 6'2" lurker linebacker with 83 speed as our Will. So I like how the Sam and Will linebackers are looking here. At corners, 89 speed, 6 foot tall Joshua Franklin, 82 overall, very solid. Then Jarvarius Sims, 88 speed, 6 foot tall, just good height on wide receivers, good height on our corners, decent speed on our corners. Overall, just a very solid looking team here. Well, until free safety situation's a little rough here. Micah Davis will be our free safety one, 6'1", which is nice, but that 85 speed's a little brutal. And then Joey Pope, guy just looks like he's Joey Pope. That makes sense with that guy. 88 speed, but with house calls. So that is how Western Michigan is set up here. Let's go take a look at James Madison. The 71 overall Dukes do run a bit of a 2-quarterback system here. They are in the Northwestern offense, which is very similar, pretty much copy and paste actually, of Ohio State's from 26. But we are expecting to see both Camden Coleman and Arrington Iron Maiden on the field for this one. Maiden is going to be more of a runner. He is the pure runner. He's got jukebox, he's got 88 speed, but he's also got 89 throw power, so he can still chuck it down the field. You just don't know exactly where it's going to go, but he can get that ball down the field if you need him to. But expecting to see a healthy dose of both of these quarterbacks here in this one. Then at halfback, another superstar here, George Pettaway, 83 overall with that 92 speed. And what's going nice here for James Madison now, we don't know what his deal breaker is. We don't know if he's going to stick around. But having a true sophomore that's already at 90 speed, 93 acceleration, he can get his change of direction up a little bit, and James Madison will still be in a very good spot at running back, even if Pettaway finds his way into the transfer portal, which we'll see. We'll see how the transfer portal is going to be here this year. Wide receiver-wise, Wisłowski with his 91 speed, 83 overall, 5'10", 91 speed on Kylan Elliott, 6'3". We're seeing some big boy wide receivers on both sides of the ball here. And then General Grievous, only 86 speed, but 6 feet tall, 90 speed on Jeremiah Harrison. So just a solid looking offense, top to bottom, really for both of these guys. JMU definitely is going to have an advantage here at tight end if we want to throw it to him. 6'5" sophomore, already with 82 speed. So James Madison, I think, looks like a solid offense now, and still seems to be set up pretty well for the future with the sophomore and the younger players that they have got on the team here. Let's see if we've got anything on. So our left guard and our center's got a few different abilities, but not a whole heck of a lot. Nothing on our starting defense, except of course 1,000 workhorses on those defensive tackles. Good looking linebackers here though, with the 84 speed. He is only 5'10", which concerns me a little bit, but the speed is nice on our Sam linebacker there, Weathersby, and then even Jaden Studio, 6 foot tall with the 83 speed. Not really much on the Mike, not a ton on our Will. We'll see who his sub linebackers are. I would probably use those two Sams, but we'll see. DJ Kelly going to be one of our outside corners, 6'1", and a true freshman, 6'1", 89 speed. See, this is what I think JMU is set up really well going forward here. We're seeing quite a bit of young players that have already got a good base, because speed is so impossible to upgrade. So even just having 89 speed on some true freshmen can go a long way here. So I like where JMU set up in that regard. And even at free safety, a sophomore, 89 speed. KJ Flo, Ken Willis going to be up at strong safety with 88 speed. So very solid looking teams here, just all around. 71 overall JMU. I don't know if I mentioned that, 1.5 star program. Sub linebackers are going to be JT Hooten and Jaden Studio. That is how our two teams are set up here. Let's take it to the commentary booth, take it to our game, take it to Kalamazoo. I'm going to be trying something a little different here with the commentary. I know the microphone's not going to sound as good, but we're going with a full headset. Really get into it, really get like we are getting into the booth. We're going to give it a try. We're going to see how it works. Every once in a while, we just got to try something a little bit different. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's take it to our game. And here we go. Let's get everything set. Let's get everything ready for a big matchup here between JMU and Western Michigan. It is going to be King Bobby Sosa and the Dukes starting with the ball here. We got a little bit of the audio actually coming through now. The headset we're trying out. We're trying out some new stuff. We're going to see how we like it. Now, for the game of the week, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to watch the full first offensive drive of each of these teams and then start jumping around a little bit until we get into halftime. We can see right there, Western Michigan's already got some macros set for their 6-1 Samuel blitz. Nasty boy. It's a very meta thing. We expect to see some meta with him being in that 4-2-5 man pressure defense, and there it is. And the play action gets absolutely destroyed in the backfield, immediately gets brought down. Play action blocking seems like such a mess this year. It's really bad. Now we're going to go to a cover 4 quarters against this 5 wide. Looked like we had everybody shaded some sort of way because they were blues on that field instead of purples, which they usually are in cover 4, but they were dropping back pretty far. So I don't know if we have some zone drop set or exactly what we're doing there, but they were definitely, let's see if we can tell this time. Are we keeping match, or are we are keeping match this time? So we got the quarter flats, but again, everybody, we must have zone drops on, because that quarter flat on the left just drifted off into no man's land and gave up Wizlowski again right underneath. 2 straight plays, able to get those 18 yards. Lost 8 on that first play, second and 18, picking up that first down. 2 plays later, just taking a quick one underneath to Wizlowski. But we are, yeah, we definitely have zone drops on, because look how far back those hard flats are. I mean, staying in that 5 wide, it's been working for him. User's going to go take Wizlowski. We're going to try to go to the right flat, and he gets absolutely decimated on that one. Tries to get up in the air and come down with it. The Western Michigan defender having absolutely none of it, breaking his back. Ouch. Ooh, walk it off, buddy. You'll be all right. 2nd and 10 now. Going to mix in a little bit of man coverage here. Again, just probably got to be looking at trying to take away those quick ones. Beautiful. Good mix into man there. Perfect timing as we try to hit a quick screen out to the right, but the man coverage all over him. Now a 3rd and 13, staying in this 5 wide. This is what's been treating him the best so far. Let's see if we're still just going to go Wizlowski on the underneath to the left here. No, we got everybody going deep. That curl route to the left, we kind of had it. We go for the way outside one to Wizlowski, and it's intercepted. Number 14, McCullough is going to take it all the way to the house. An opening drive, pick 6. I just noticed my Tulane shirt. You can see through the green wave. How fun is that? It's like I got a giant hole in my chest. But McCullough takes it back for 6. The Western Michigan defense got that pressure. McCullough jumps in front of it. 7-0 lead early. We'll watch a little bit more of James Madison's offense here, see if they can get something going here in that Northwestern playbook. I'm liking kind of, you know, sending a lot of pressure at him, sending some heat at him. If he's going to be coming out in these super wide sets, try to get in that backfield, but that does kind of open you up a little bit to some of those runs with Petaway. Finally, we get it to our rockstar halfback, and right away he takes it for 12. Still Coleman in the backfield. We're still waiting to see Iron Maiden coming in, the backup quarterback here for James Madison. We know we're getting some 2 quarterback sets throughout this game. We'll just wait to see when it is. We're going to try quick RPO over to the left there. Wizlowski able to break that first tackle. Good defense again, though, by Western Michigan. We see JMU keeps trying to go for those kind of quick ones, going to those flats, going to those quick slants, but going to some man coverage there. And this is why I don't love the cover 4 with the zone drops. I don't love it. It's with the drops specifically, because they are going to be going back there. They're not going to stay down on that RPO, and it's able to lead to a first down for James Madison. But again, just going to those quick throws. Now going to go back to Petaway, try to find a little bit of room. Looked like we had some potential to get through there, but Western Michigan's defense does a good job, brings that one down, just a little gain of 2. Some spread wide flex now, still Petaway in the backfield with Coleman. 2 out to his right, 2 out to his left. A 3 high look on the defense. Again, we're looking quick, we're looking underneath, looking for that drag, but Western Michigan now staying down a little bit more, not letting them get those easy completions quite as much now. So staying in, this is 3 double, I don't remember, 3 double sky or something like that. Again, just looking quick, looking underneath, and another interception. Western Michigan doing some good adjustments here to what we've seen James Madison wanting to do on the offensive side. They want to go quick, they want to go underneath. Western Michigan now sitting down on those, calling a little bit more man, calling less cover 4, making sure we're guarding that middle of the field and that underneath. So let's get our first look at Western Michigan's offense here. We're going to swing one out to the left, the user flying out there. I would do that exact same thing. Fly out there with the user and then just run right on by him. Luckily, we had some help behind that can bring that one down just for a short gain of 2. But honestly, with Western Michigan in that Michigan offense, we're expecting to see kind of a lot of the same type of offense we've seen from James Madison so far. It's going to be a lot of getting this ball out quick, doing screens, quick motions, QB RPO like we saw right there. Now, I don't know if Brock Lowry's the guy we want running QB RPOs, but you could do much worse. At least his speed's in the 80s. JMU was all over him on that first play, though, and we're going right back another QB RPO. And big man number 76 able to get down there, get that last block for him, so Western can pick up the first down. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first. Let's see, what did we go to here? A little of that spread, like wing flex or something like that is called. A really nice formation. And again, just going to take a quick flat, just cut it right inside the user. Big man number 88, Nathan Levicki, is there on the flat to pick up that first down. What was the... Oh, I was waiting to see what that coaching adjustment thing said at the bottom, but it never scrolled quite far enough. Still take our gain of 5. I mean, we're in field goal range here. We got a lot of people in this box. We're going to try a jet QB run here. A fake jet QB run over to the left. Brock Lowry. Yeah. Nowhere to go on that one. 3rd and 6. And Western Michigan going to come out in some trips looking for an RPO over to the left here. Number 82, that's Balin Brooks on that left side. We might be throwing this one too. It looks like some man coverage. Now, we're untargeting that outside corner. Oh, no, it didn't look. We untargeted somebody, but Balin Brooks is there for the RPO and it's going to take it all the way. I got to stop leaning back so you can see this. Or just change shirts, I guess. But Balin Brooks takes that RPO all the way to the left pylon. Western Michigan, powered by the defense. They got the pick 6. They got the interception on that next drive and up 14-0. But this wouldn't be the game of the week if it's just going to be a blowout. And here come the Dukes, getting a nice offensive drive put together here. Got it down to Western Michigan's 38-yard line as we start hopping around a little bit in this game. And there's the Iron Maiden. Adds another level to this offense, adds another threat that the defense has to worry about, especially out of a 5-wide look like this. Having that speed back there, always have to keep that in mind here for the Western Michigan defense. Again, just taking quick ones right to the flat there. Finds old Billiot. Yeah, Billiot. Sounds like an insult. I like it. And keeping the pressure on, keeping the hurry up. If we get a good look, maybe we switch this to a QB run, which I'm kind of surprised we didn't. But then a quick flat over to the left of that Billiot. Take it to the second quarter, but JMU finding something here with Maiden in that backfield. JMU staying in that 5-wide as the sun starting to set here in Kalamazoo. Look like a screen over to the right, but we have some hitches over to the left, and we're able to find Cole Keller, our big tight end, on that left side. Still keeping that pressure on, still keeping that no huddle going to the RPO. Going to the QB run, but we do have a flag. It's offside on the defense. So the touchdown stands. JMU with that 5-wide with Maiden getting those quarterback runs going. Answers back. Gets us down to a 1-score game. But maybe not for long. Going one of those nasty Michigan RPOs. They've got a lot of them. Going to the little pop RPO. Going down to our RB receiver. Weirdly, number 46 is Fletcher, and D'Angelo Fletcher finds some space, finds some room, takes it into the sunset, into the shadows of the far right end zone here of Western Michigan. And now that is how we answer back. We're seeing a lot of these quick throws from both sides of the field. Both teams just trying to get this ball out quick. Let's see who's going to be able to adjust first and adjust best. AMU in the shadow of whatever this is. It looks like Mario, the big block guy, who's standing there blocking the sun, but back in the 5-wide, back to the QB run, back to Arrington Maiden, and he finds the room, he finds the space. Nobody's going to catch him either. 4 rushes, 79 yards. Maiden adds just a whole nother level to this JMU offense. Once he's come in, now look at the Duke going crazy there. Once he's come into this game, the things have opened up. But now, second play for Western Michigan following the James Madison touchdown. We're going to swing one out to the left here to Buckley. The user's going to try to get into it. Another thing I do all the time, just runs right into the blocker. Then one unbelievable spin move. The contact seeker Buckley still got some open field moves. Hits one spin and right in front of the Duke, right in front of the JMU mascot. Even starts dancing right in his face. And Western Michigan scores again. Is that do we have aggressive blocking on? Is that what the coaching adjustment is? I don't know, because this is all from Western Michigan's point of view. So I don't know. It might be an aggressive blocking thing. Either way, that's a touchdown for Western Michigan. Now, finally, we have an actual drive, not just a big play from one of these teams. JMU's got it moving here. Coleman back in the backfield. You know, with the way wear and tear is, you can't just be running with Maiden all the time. We're trying that again. That's 2 times we've tried that quick one to that right flat, and Western Michigan has been right there for it. Very risky. We're really loving this 5-wide here with JMU. And we do have Maiden back there. This is just like watching when Supersonic was James Madison throughout College Football 26. You have to keep eyes on who is in at quarterback, because when it's Maiden, we have to be playing for that quarterback run. If he's going to throw it, he's going to throw it. That's fine. Just take away those quick underneaths. We know his accuracy's not the best. We know if he's going to try to force it downfield, bad things are going to happen for James Madison like we just saw there. McCullough gets his second interception of the day. Unable to bring that one back for a score, unfortunately for Western Michigan, but luckily for James Madison. So let's just keep this rolling. See how Western Michigan is going to try to take advantage of that turnover. Going to run with Brock, and it looks like he got his head taken off by that safety coming down. He was getting held up there for a second. Second guy came and cleaned his clock, but luckily holds on to that ball. Just a gain of 5. But really, for Western Michigan here, we live with gains of 5 in this situation. We like our gains of 5. We want this clock to run. We want to end this half, even if it's just a field goal. We're totally fine with that. We're going to try that run to Buckley up the middle. JMU all over it. Nowhere to go. 3rd and 4. Stay in that shotgun set, 2 tight ends over to the right. Going to go back to Buckley up the middle. Can he find the room? What a play by number 93 on James Madison. Perfect time block shed, able to bring the halfback down, keep him short of that line to gain 4th and 2. Looks like, I mean, we are kind of in no man's land here unless you have an unbelievable kicker. Trying 58 seems like not the best idea, so I'm assuming we're going to go for it here. Just got to see if we're going to do it before or after the 2-minute warning. I mean, I guess you'd probably wait till after here, right? But we'll see. Maybe we try to quick snap him. Oh, we do. We're going to go with that QB run to Brock Lowry, and nowhere for him to go. Gets blown up short of the line to gain. JMU's defense got the back of the offense, getting that ball right back to Iron Maiden with less than 2 minutes to go. See if we can't get something going here before half. These shadows are messing with me, and I'm just sitting here watching. I can't imagine trying to make a read with all of this going on. That shadow's getting almost all the way to midfield. What are we doing here, Western Michigan? He's standing in the darkness. He was born in the shadows. Let's see. We're going to go with a quick... Oh, gosh. Right in the ankles. Getting taken out. Keep going those quick ones. We have to keep watching those. Looks like we still have zone drops on our hard flats, which I don't necessarily love. Because we just have to, if Maiden is in the backfield for James Madison, we have to force him to try to throw that ball down the field. I just don't think he can do it. Like, we know he's got the throw power for it, but we saw those accuracies, and they were bad. They were real bad. But he can still hit a quick little hitch there to the right. We got aggressive. We went forward on that 4th down, and Maiden delivers that strike. This hurry up 5 wide, nasty business, and that's a problem. Because you see somebody coming out in 5 wide, double mug, send 6, makes a lot of sense. But QB runs do really well against this formation. So it would have been surprised to see more of that coming from James Madison. But we're going to try to hit that quick slant in a dangerous one there. 3rd and inches, going with an El Paso stunt on defense. A QB run could be dangerous here. Just that middle of the field just gets wide open out of those El Paso stunts. Those are great if you're worried about runs going to the outside. Really bad against runs going right up the middle here. Gonna keep that no huddle, keep that pressure on with Maiden. Again, going for a quick one. And number 18, the Billiot himself, the Village Billiot, able to come down with that one. That looked pretty dangerous, but Billiot makes the play. Got a great block by our outside wide receiver there, and JMU takes it in for the score, 28-21. Now, we've seen Western Michigan answer back. Every time JMU's put one on the board, Western Michigan has answered back quick with a big explosive play to keep this 2-score lead. And now with less than a minute left in the first half, facing a 3rd and 10, try to keep this. So we're going slants and then a halfback streak. Okay, only a 3-man rush, contains getting around. We're going for that left flat, but this time it is not Western Michigan's offense. It is JMU's defense making the big play. It's not just a 1-score game anymore. Now we are tied up with 50 seconds left in the half. Western Michigan got off to that hot start. Now JMU starting to fight right on back. 28-28. Wild first half. And now Western Michigan looking to get this lead before half. We got it to midfield. We still got 2 timeouts. We got 20 seconds. We're going to go for these quick slants again, stepping up into the pocket with Lowry. I can't believe we didn't cross the line. I thought for sure we crossed that line of scrimmage, but apparently not. And Lowry finds, why aren't we taking a timeout? Take a timeout. Take a timeout. I'm not sure why we wouldn't take a timeout there. We still got 2. We're going to go for a run here with Buckley, finding some space up the middle. Now we got 5 seconds. Are we just taking 3 here? It looked like gonna try to take our 3-point lead. Field goal kicking, not easy in the game this year, especially with this magical floating shadow just following wherever teams go. But the kick is up. The kick is good. That is gonna take us to halftime. 31-28 ball game. Let's take it back to the studio and check out some halftime highlights. What a thrilling back and forth first half that was between these two teams. We saw Western Michigan getting off to that hot start. I liked what some of the adjustments they started doing on defense. We got to take away those quick underneath throws to the flats, the underneaths. Can't let James Madison just live on those quick slants and RPOs and things like that. And honestly, same thing to James Madison. What they have to watch out for a little bit more focused on RPOs, more on the flats, and taking away those quarterback runs. And that also goes for both sides. It feels like we're watching two very similar offenses going at it here. And so far, neither defense has really been able to come up with much to stop the other. We'll see how it looks here in the second half. But before we get to that second half, let's throw it to our halftime highlights here of week 9 into what easily could have been 2 other games of the week that we had, plus 1 other game here at the end. We will start in the Alamo Dome with Rainbow and his Arkansas State Red Wolves taking on UTSA in B3. Now, B3, we have featured quite a few times, I think twice already, so we didn't want to do it again, but this easily could have been a game of the week. We'll start with a minute and a half here in the first quarter. Arkansas State dropping back to pass, finds his seam shot right up the middle to Mr. Bush, and number 24 able to hawk him down there at the 11-yard line. But what a ball by Trey Owens. You can see he already has 131 yards less than 5 minutes into this game. We're going to take a quick run up the middle here, only take a gain of 2 for Devin Spencer, but then Owens dropping back to pass, pressure right in his face, an awful tight window of throw, but we find the slant for the touchdown. Arkansas State taking a 14-7 lead. Then the defense gets a stop. We're going to be back on offense. We're back at the UTSA 40, still 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Just a preposterous game. Put that small hook over on the left side, try to keep the defense down so we can lob up a slot fade to number 2 who manages to come down with that. It looks like a little guy, but he can still get up there and make a play. So let's go to the second half now. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. UTSA down 28-10, but the Roadrunners aren't going to go down that easy. Looking like some cover 6 match, and that's going to leave the streak down left. Somehow, some way, of course it is Henderson, who else, to come down with that and keep his feet in bounds and break a tackle. Touchdown UTSA. Defense gets a stop. Offense back on the field, 28-17. Dropping back to pass. Now he goes for a seam shot right up the middle and finds his guy Allen. Touchdown UTSA, 28-24. They get another stop on defense. Offense back on the field. Owen McCown in a little bit of a 5-wide. Can be dropping back to pass. Buys time in the pocket, one hand snag on the slant over the middle. UTSA back up in front, 31-28. But the Red Wolves come fighting back. Gonna go with an RPO, just hand it off up the middle to Clay and get off me, little fella. Clay takes it in for the score. Arkansas State takes the lead 35-31 with a minute 22 left. But on the ensuing kickoff with a minute 20 left, UTSA down by 4, 1 cut to the left, 1 cut back to the right, and no Red Wolves. None of the pack is going to be able to hawk down this young man. Number 14, Anderson, is going to outrun everybody and takes it in for the UTSA touchdown. 8 returns, 257 yards. One last shot for Arkansas State here. 2nd and 10, 23 seconds left in the game. We are roughly in field goal range depending on our kicker. We're going to try this throw to triangle, but the safety, Lester, jumps right in front of it. In the Roadrunners, an unbelievable back and forth game. We'll get the win in the Alamo Dome, 38-35. A great season so far for UTSA. They're looking pretty good to get their way up to the Pac-12 for next season. We'll go over our conference standings and everything at the end. Colorado State taking on UNLV, and this is a Mountain West matchup. I don't think either. No, it is the Pac-12. I just saw the logos on the field. Opening kickoff of the day, number 87, Air McNair, gonna take that one back, and that's why they call him Air. A little through the legs, throw down dunk. Don't hurt yourself there, brother. Then UNLV, Colorado State, was able to answer back with a touchdown of their own, but another big play from the Rebels as Thomas is going to take this one in for the score. He's also That must be part of the team practice of UNLV, how to do those behind, through the legs, throw it down dunks. But Colorado State fighting right back, looking to tie this one back at 14 apiece, and they do indeed. Just a nice easy run up the middle, 14-14. Between Colorado State and UNLV. Now the Rebels looking to take the lead back here before halftime. 17 seconds left. Look at Arnold rolling out to the right, setting his feet, playmakering. Send an 84. Go downfield. You got space. I'll find you. Arnold does indeed. UNLV takes that one in for the score, 21-14. Stays that until the start of the fourth quarter. A 3rd and goal for the Rams, for Jay Breeze. Going with a little mesh with that speed out over on the right. We're going to try one into X, who is able to cut in front somehow, some way of that UNLV defender. Tied it at 21 apiece, but UNLV drives all the way down the field, chews the rest of the clock. There might have been a defensive stop or two in there. I'm not entirely sure, but UNLV ends up with a walk-off field goal, wins that one 24-21. Told you there were some great games throughout. Then we'll throw in a few highlights here of North Texas and Louisiana Tech because of this guy. Jaheim White is unbelievable. This running back for North Texas, he has a shot to break the all-time rushing record this season from Barry Sanders. And it's runs like that are, he's hurt. Oh no, he's not hurt. He's not hurt. He's just vibing. It's runs like that are exactly why Spicy in North Texas are in the position they're in. But Cosmic Selector in Louisiana Tech, beautiful home field, beautiful uniforms. Really like the looks of Louisiana Tech, especially that number 86. We can just hit him on a quick slant. He will take it all the way in for the Louisiana Tech touchdown. 14-10. North Texas looking to extend their lead here right before the 2-minute warning. Baiting the hook, make him think maybe we're just running out clock. Maybe we're not going to snap one before the 2-minute warning, but surely we are. And that is Haygood, the backup halfback for North Texas. But as we've seen many times, one score for one side, then on the kick return, here goes Louisiana Tech right in front of the sad eagle of North Texas. Takes it all the way down to the 5. Louisiana Tech then getting in that heavy under center, using that Georgia Tech offense, which actually has some really good shotgun in it too, but also has some good under center runs, a couple stretches, a couple cuts up the middle. Touchdown Louisiana Tech, 21-17. Oh, and I was wondering why I had that clip going on for so long, because look at these two. Look at 53. Look at him working. He's going to send that guy just right over that little brick wall just about. I was so confused why that kept going for so long. Then I remembered, oh, that's right. That made me laugh. But North Texas dropping back to pass, a deep crosser, good pocket, way to find the time, and what a ball by Max Russell too. Puts that one just right on the money. Not an easy throw for these quarterbacks to make. Now North Texas up by 11. Louisiana Tech looking to fight back, but the big play by the Mean Green defense, the scoop and score, touchdown. Another fake injury there on number 10 as North Texas is going to get the win, 42-31. 27 rushes for 317 yards. Yeah, that is North Texas football. We'll catch up on every other user game that happened here in week 9 at the end here, but for now, let's take it back to Kalamazoo. Should be sunset by now. Hopefully that big old shadow has gone away, but let's get to the second half of our main event. And it is Western Michigan starting with the ball here in our second half. Got a good drive going. Down to the JMU 33-yard line, looking to extend this lead a little bit. Been some good runs in here, been a lot of still those quick passes. There's a quick one over to the left flat. That time JMU, though, all over it. No room for Buckley on that one. A loss of 4. So 2nd and 14, we're going back to an RPO, and we are untargeting that outside defender, which I believe they have patched in Madden, and I believe they are going to patch here in NCAA at some point, but it wasn't man coverage, so the outside corner able to stay out there. It is a bit of a cat and a mouse. If I know you're doing that, then I'm putting that outside corner in a hard flat. I'll come out in man, make it look like man, but actually throw a hard flat on that outside corner, and then you might be in trouble. Honestly, I think the biggest issue is being able to hot route RPOs. I wish they would take that away before the untarget thing, but that's a whole different topic. So a little 5 wide here for Western Michigan. That motion A was on, got totally stuck when he was crossing the line and nearly user intercepted. Gets his hands on it, but it just falls down to the ground. Great user coverage there by King Poppy Sosa. Stuck right on that slant. Nowhere for Western Michigan to go. And it looks like we are going to be going for this 4th and 13. It is a 54-yard kick. Yeah. I like going for it more than punting. 3-man rush, looking to find any room. Gonna have to take one down, hope to make somebody miss, hope to find some room. But the JMU defense holds strong, gets that ball back for the offense, and down by 3. And now the Dukes cross the 50-yard line to Western Michigan's 45. 2 minutes left in the third, taking their time. These shadows are crazy. What a find. Was that Maiden? Was that Maiden that actually made that throw? It was. Wow. See, that's exactly kind of what I was saying. We want to force Maiden to try those kind of things. Drifting back in the pocket, throwing it 15 yards downfield. That time was an absolute missile for James Madison. Now going right back to that left flat, going right back to Keller. Same kind of things we're seeing here. We have to, I mean, I was going to say we have to force him to throw over the middle, but Maiden he made a fool out of me with that last throw that he had. Now we're going back to the QB run. Beautiful blocking up front by the boys. And we're kind of seeing the difference a little bit in having a quarterback like Maiden versus having a quarterback like Brock Lowry. Maiden does not need a whole lot of room to at least get forward, at least get you 3 to 4 yards at minimum. Brock Lowry, we saw on that 4th down, we're going for that right flat there. The right screen to Harrison gets blasted. Oh my goodness, he got crushed on that. But we saw on that 4th down, Lowry was a little, took him a little bit to get that speed going, and it gave just enough time for James Madison's defense to get a shed. Now we got Coleman in there. I would love to see a mix-up of a designed QB run with Coleman. I don't think we'd see that coming. I don't think anybody would see that coming. It's Coleman in there. We're not thinking run at all. Throw in a QB run. A 3rd and goal, ball at the 3. We're out of our 5 wide here. See what we're going to, a flat over on the right in Western Michigan, all over it. Absolutely all over it. Had no chance there. So now what do? If you're King Papi Sosa here, what do? You have the ball at the 4-yard line. You're down by 3. First half was 31-28. We've seen no points so far in the 3rd quarter. Are we trusting our defense and trying to tie this up? Or are we going for it to take the lead? The answer for King Papi Sosa and James Madison is going to be to try this field goal. Now, again, not easy, though. From the right hash and this close, these are not easy field goals by any means. Suarez lining up for it. That's the last name of a kicker I trust, though. If there's a kicker name I trust, Suarez is going to be high up that list. Are we kicking this, or are we just running Are we running out this clock until the 4th quarter? Looking like we're running out the clock here. And we are. Okay. We ran out the clock and got to the 4th quarter, and now we have the light of God shining down on Suarez. Where did this come from? What is happening here? A spotlight just on, like, the holder. They're blinded. He can't see a thing. I can't even blame him for doinking that. There's no way that kicker could see a thing. It's like the AT&T Stadium down in Dallas with the big window and the blinding light coming through. I don't know what this game's just silly sometimes. So we get the missed field goal. Western Michigan still up by 3, taking over on offense. We'll watch this first play here. Why not? A little jet pass out to the left. James Madison all over it. So after that jet sweep that we saw, it was a 3 and out for Western Michigan. James Madison with the ball back. The sun finally fully set here. No, it was the light of God is what that was. And we're going to go with Petaway right up the middle. I thought we were gone. I thought that was a house call for Petaway. He had some great room to run. I think we have to keep getting Petaway involved here. He's, I think, the best offensive player really JMU has got, except maybe Maiden, that quarterback with all that speed. But we got to get it to Petaway. Sneaky little flat RPO over to the left off that play action. Number 18 breaks the tackle but can't keep his feet in bounds. Number 18, who did I even write that down? Who is that? That's the Billiot. That's the Village Billiot, able to just about take that one in for a score. He has made some fantastic plays for James Madison in this game. Going to go quick flat to Petaway. The Western Michigan defenders all run into each other. Get it to your playmaker. Those quick flats been devastating for James Madison. 35-31. But after one play, Western Michigan passed the 50-yard line. See if they can't take this lead right back. Going to try that designed run again to Lowry. Just nothing doing on those. Nothing doing on those. I mean, he does look to have, he has some pretty good giddy up, you know. Well, he is a Bronco after all. But I just don't know. Wait, what's that? Oh no, that was Wildcat. No wonder he looked so fast. That makes sense because that was actually Buckley in the Wildcat. Also, Buckley, Bronco, bucking Bronco. It's all coming together here for Western Michigan. Now we're going to go with a run to Buckley up the middle. Again, stuff. This JMU run defense been really doing a good job shutting down Buckley, because I thought he might be the number one threat here for Western Michigan, but the Dukes have kind of been all over him. I kind of like the looks of this quick flat to Buckley, I'm not going to lie. He possibly could have thrown it. We're going to go deep post over the middle, right into traffic, and it gets knocked down again. Now a 4th and 8 potential game on the line here for Western Michigan. Looking like we are going to be going for it. There's a lot of good stuff in this Michigan playbook. Like I said, I used Utah quite a bit in College Football 26. Very, very similar to what Michigan's got here in 27. This is a QB RPO. And it looks like we're just kind of keeping this with Lowry or trying to throw it to B. We are going to keep it with Lowry, and he gets brought down. The JMU defense. They've been there on those QB RPOs too, because we've tried that a few times with Lowry and with this Western Michigan team, but it has just not been there at all. Now JMU with the ball with the chance to put this game away. One drive from ending this game. See what King Poppy Sauce is going to be able to do here. Again, imagining quick runs, quick throws, guard those flats. I mean, like something like even, I don't know, man or a shaded down like cover 2. Something like that. Just make them, we have to make them try to throw this ball down the field. And it does look like Western Michigan actually just dropped their flats down to 5, which I do like that. You could drop your, I mean, and we're staying in that cover 4 too, and just nobody out on that left side for Wisłowski. Those RPOs again. That was a good team effort from Western Michigan. The one guy kind of dove on the ground a little bit, forced Wisłowski to jump over him. The other guy came and just popped him. Just absolutely rocked him on that second hit, but Wisłowski able to hold on to it. That's kind of my problem with the 3 high. It does not do a good job covering the flats. At least no way that I have found yet. Yeah, I like moving. Yeah, I like that move. Get Moon down there. We definitely have to watch an RPO going out to the right here and be willing, and we have to fly down to try to shoot the gap and shoot a run here with McCullough. Or you could even grab your safety up on the top left, but McCullough did a very good job bringing Petaway down, a gain of nothing, take us to the 2-minute warning. It's going to be another trips look for JMU. It's going to be another cover 4 shaded underneath for Western Michigan. Going to go back to that RPO, and the guy just doesn't get to the flats in time. That time we did not move Moon over. We kept him where he was, and he's just going to have a hard time getting to those flats. 3rd and 2. But we see Maiden is in the backfield here for James Madison in that 5 wide. Is this going to be a quarterback run? It's a pretty heavy look. We're spying on more. We're dropping our left end. Yeah, we got plenty of people rushing. We do have a rule. You do have to have at least 3 people rushing. No more rush 2 with contains and a spy. That's just nasty business. We're just manually chewing the clock here. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. See, I like this defense. I like the man, take away anything quick underneath. If it's an RPO, try to get in there for the run, and we do. And it's a 4th and inches now. I mean, I'd be taking a timeout here on defense. For sure, be taking a timeout here. Can't let him just run 40 seconds off here. There we go. There we go. Good timeout. 4th and inches. JMU is going to go for it here. Oh, no. I think I kick here to make it a 7-point game, personally. It's Coleman in the backfield. Again, I like the man. Really, yeah, we have to be flying out to that halfback. If Petaway's going to that left flat, our user has to fly down to him here. Are we calling a play? No, we're not. No, we're not. We're just taking a penalty. We want to back it up a little bit. Makes sense. If we're on the hash, we don't want to be too close to that goal line. Back it up 5. Make this kick a little bit easier for James Madison. Take your 3. Take your 7-point lead. Let Western Michigan try. Give them a money drive and see what they're able to do. The kick is up. The kick is good. We had a little spotlight just on the net there. But the kick's up. The kick's good. 7-point lead for James Madison. And from here, we will just watch the rest of this ball game, see what this Western Michigan offense is going to be able to draw up. We're going right back to those QB RPOs. I don't know if this playbook's a great fit for Western Michigan specifically, just because Lowry, well, prove me wrong, Lowry. Prove me wrong. Could have been some holding over on the left there potentially. But Lowry able to finally get out on one of those QB RPOs. Gets a gain of, what, 24 on that one. Ball at midfield. Western Michigan, 51 yards away. 57 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Need a touchdown to tie or go for 2. We'll see what the decision would be. I do like going for 2. Why not? Who's got time for overtime? I don't. We're going to be motioning Buckley out to that right flat. We are pressed across the board. Definitely makes you think man coverage here. Looks like it is, and we've got that wide open drag over to the left, but Lowry kind of throws it right at his feet, so he's not able to keep his momentum up after making that catch. Only takes a gain of 3. At least he got out of bounds at the end of it, I guess, but that easily could have been a first down plus. That could have been some more yards with a better ball by Brock Lowry. Pressed again. I like that corner out if he's going to be in man. Oh, they all ran into each other. We had that corner out. We have the deep post too, but it's a red ball from Brock Lowry. Let's see this again. So with that motion across, we see this is one-on-one on this deep post. There's no safety help over the top. He's got to step over the top of him there. Just the pressure got in a little bit, forces a bad ball by Lowry. So 3rd and 7, we're going bunch wide. Well, not really wide, but a bunch wider off to that right side than bunch typically is. We got that motion coming back to the left. Not going to have RB. Are we going to have Y? No, we're not. Just great coverage there by JMU. Fantastic coverage from the Dukes. Absolutely nowhere to go for Lowry. Now a 4th and 7. Game fully on the line at this point. What's Western Michigan going to go with? A little high-low dig. And going with that corner out. We're hoping to see man coverage here. I think that was probably match on that last play. We're going to go corner out. We're going to setting up kind of a flood over to that right. Definitely setting up a major flood. Flood warnings going crazy. Okay, we took that drag off. Okay, maybe a curl route over on the left. Let's see. No, he's going to have help over there. You have your tight end, Lowry. Good ball there by Lowry. Good read by Redux Karma. Good ball by Lowry. Good catch by the tight end. Just good all around to keep the game alive. Western Michigan to the 33-yard line. 23 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. Oh, I love this play. Like verticals Y out or something like that. Love this play. I actually kind of like it just stock as is with that out route. Are we going to have the tight end? No, we have our halfback, but the pressure from the James Madison, that front four getting into the backfield because offensive lines are terrible in college football 27 gives them just no room. I'm assuming we went with double post here, which is a very nice play. I do like this play quite a bit. Let's see. I mean, JMU defense has been not giving up much here lately. What's hot routing we're doing here? We're just blocking our halfback, trying to get a little time. Crazy we have to block our halfback against a 3-man rush. To be fair, we are dropping back pretty far in the pocket. Just to call it out, just to be fair, we are drifting back pretty far. But it's been a lot of match coverage from James Madison, and it's been working great. I don't know if the Palms bomb still works the same as it did. I guess it depends on how you have your cover 4 set, doesn't it? You could have different settings that'll take this away. I'm backside wheel here. Maybe nope, don't have our tight end. They ran into each other. We had the backside wheel, but Lowry doesn't see it. He's gonna have to try to throw it to X, and it gets knocked away. Oh, at the last second. If we were able to keep our pocket here, which, I mean, our offensive line did a much better job here. They ran into each other up here and gave up that wheel route, but we roll out to the right. And then from there, it's way too tough of a throw. Lowry's never going to be able to make that. We try to check one down and try to at least get the first down, but nothing doing. So a 4th and 7, 6 seconds left. You could do a quick one just to try to get the first down. Try to do a 4-second play here. Give yourself one more shot. Or are we just taking a deep one right here, right now? We got to stem up that post on A. I would be stemming that one up quite a bit. A little bump there, but the pass is incomplete, and JMU's going to get the win here. But look at the user of James Madison. King Bobby Sosa just runs right into the post. It looks like he was getting into an open area there too, but no flags. The refs don't see it, and that is going to be game over. Devastating. You hate to lose on a missed call like that, but great game to King Poppy Sosa. Great game to Redux Karma. That was a fun one. Let's go check out the box score and everything else that happened here in week 9. Yeah, 38-31 ends up being our final there. JMU doing all their damage there in 2 quarters. The second quarter with 28 points, adds on 10 in the fourth to get that 7-point victory. I mean, both run games ended up being fairly solid. 22 for 150 there for James Madison, 20 for 106 for Western Michigan, but both teams airing it out too. Well, I mean, in terms of they passed the ball a lot. There wasn't a ton of downfield passing between those teams, but that's just kind of what college football 27 is too. It's very difficult to pass the ball down the field. You can't really blame either guy for just getting into a quick passing scheme here. Take those flats, take those RPOs, just take those easy ones. Maiden ends up with a touchdown, going 14 for 20, one interception for him. Coleman, one touchdown, two interceptions, 17 for 24, 44 total pass attempts for JMU. Rushing wise, it was the Iron Maiden, 12 for 120, 10 yards per pop with a couple touchdowns on there, and 7 for 46 for Petaway. Receiving wise, Wazlowski, those quick drags, those quick slants underneath, especially against that cover 4 where we had our zone drops on at 10. Really helped this JMU offense find a little bit of a rhythm there, especially early on in the game. The Village Billiot gets 6 for 87 and a touchdown. I don't know. I like that nickname. I think it's funny. General Grievous, 3 for 12, and a touchdown for Mr. Petaway in the air there as well. Western Michigan Lowry, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 20 for 29, 290 yards on the day. Rushing wise, I mean, he did get that one big run towards the end of the game, but other than that, JMU was doing a really good job against those QB RPOs and did a really good job against Buckley, keeping him to just 4 yards per rush with those 2 broken tackles. 21 yards came after contact, just about half of his yardage came after those broken tackles. So really good job by King Papi Sosa and that run defense of James Madison. Fletcher goes 5 for 11 and a score. Buckley did his damage through the air there, 6 for 83 and a touchdown. Brooks, 5 for 68 and a touchdown. So again, just fantastic game. Both those guys, a good back and forth fun battle. And I don't think we've featured any Conference USA teams in a game of the week yet. So this was our time to do so. Elsewhere in Conference USA, we have Temple getting that win, 34-0. Vancy up to 8-0 overall. 3-0 in Conference USA, looking to be in a pretty prime position to get that promotion up to the Pac-12. This game's just going to be a fair sim between Miami, Ohio and Marshall. They just couldn't quite find a time to play. That happens. That is fine. That was our game of the week. UConn gets the win against my old boys, Old Dominion. At least they put up a good fight, 35-30. North Dakota State takes down Hawaii, heads to the Big Island, comes away with a win, 28-7. Let's go to the Mountain West is our next in line. We saw North Texas get that win, 42-31. Texas State puts it on Rice a little bit there, 38-0 for Jonte. Still running that split T splitskrieg, 36 carries, 328 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That offense is nasty business. Gets him to 3-1 in the Mountain West. Looking pretty good there. We'll go over our conference standings and everything like that. UTEP gets the win against UL Monroe, 35-7. Down to the Pac-12, we saw North Dakota State, Colorado State, and UNLV. We saw that one as well. Fresno State gets a win against Oregon State, 45-21. San Diego State takes down Washington State, 45-14. Our final conference, the Sun Belt. Liberty gets the CPU win against New Mexico State, 35-18. USF and Troy, 35-21 victory for the Troy Trojans. 7-1 overall, 2-1 in conference. That was actually a pretty big conference game we had. That happened pretty late last night. Jacksonville State Blitzen gets the win against Rodinho, our opponent, next week, 28-14. And your beloved Western Kentucky Hilltoppers get the win, 37-28. We're 6-2, 3-0 in conference. Let's take a look at how our conference standings sit here about an hour before advance going into week number 10. We're coming down that final stretch. These conference games are going to get more and more important every week. Sitting on top of the Sun Belt right now is us, Western Kentucky, 3-0 in conference, 6-2 overall, but we have one loss, Liberty, Troy, and Jacksonville State right behind us. We have the win against Liberty, which could be huge for tiebreaker potential going forward. We still have to play Troy, Jacksonville State, USF, and Appalachian State. So some very tough games coming up for Western Kentucky, but still a lot to be determined in terms of who's all playing where. What was kind of nice about starting in the Sun Belt is really, worst case scenario, you're still in the Sun Belt next year. You still have the same amount of NIL that you're used to, but if you finish 6 or higher, you're getting a little bit of a boost going into next season. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Into the Pac-12, Air Force, our guy Truth actually had to step away from the Dynasty there. A. Jennings is going to be coming in and taking over for Air Force, taking over with some big shoes to fill as the Falcons 8-0 overall, 5-0 in conference, looking like he's potentially going to find himself straight into the Platinum Conference starting next season. And I heard some rumors that the Air Force recruiting board is looking pretty nice. Behind him, we got one loss UNLV at 3-1, one loss Wes in San Diego State. This is TCAV, just by the way, I like calling out people's names from time to time. 2 losses, we've got Colorado State, we got Hawaii, we got Fresno State, and both Washington State and Oregon State looking for their first conference win here. They have to play each other at some point, so one of those guys will get on the board. Mountain West, we've got 3 one-loss teams clogging up the top here. North Texas, UTSA, Texas State, and Rice at 3 and 2. The state of Texas dominating the Mountain West here. 2 losses, we also have Arkansas State, Louisiana Tech. You're not out of it at all with 2 losses. You just don't really have much room for error anymore. UL Monroe at 0 and 3, UTEP at 1 and 3. Our last conference can be Conference USA. Temple sitting on top at 3 and 0. Miami, Ohio, as of now at 2 and 0. We'll see what happens with that sim against Marshall. It'd be huge. I mean, Miami, Ohio does have a 1 overall advantage, but who the heck knows in these sims? But if Marshall does end up getting the win in that, then all of a sudden they're 3 and 1. Miami, Ohio's 2 and 1. James Madison's at 2 and 1. And we got an interesting race. I like Vancy's chances here to at least finish in that top 2, but who else is going to be in the top 2 is going to be very interesting. Then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all that good stuff. We got Ohio at 1 and 2. That's Joey. Brooklyn and UConn at 1 and 2, with his 1 win being over Marshall. So that could still come into play here if Marshall drops another game at some point. Pence and his North Dakota State Bison at 1 and 3, and then we just saw Western Michigan fall to 0 and 3 in conference play, but only throughout those 3 games only been outscored by 20. So he's been in the games, just hasn't quite been able to push one across the finish line yet. So that is how all of our conferences sit. That's everything that happened here in week 9. We will be back for our Western Kentucky user game against Appalachian State. We'll have a game of the week for week 10. I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.